Tonight, my adored and lovely child, the skies have engraved your name in golden fire. I need you to approach me more carefully, since this is not a story. This is how your fate plays out in real time. I am sending someone into your life, declares Archangel Michael. Not in one day. There is no later or maybe. Execute the action instantly. And this soul contains the missing piece that you have begged God to reveal, prayed for in secret, and cried out for at night. You're already experiencing it. It oppresses your torso. This message is not random, as your spirit realizes. Your heart is racing quickly. It was placed on your timeline through divine intervention. However, be cautious. If this is not addressed at this time, the door will begin to close. Delay for a moment, or scroll past. The person who is expected to arrive will continue walking. And all you'll have is the misery of what if. Please do not allow it to happen, my child. Heaven fought battles that you cannot see in order to provide you with this moment. Heaven desires that you understand the following. The miracle is getting closer with each second you focus on it. You are not currently engaging in a video by clicking the like icon. You are enabling the flow of God's favor in your life. By clicking the like button, you are alerting heaven that you support this message and seek the blessing that comes with it. Everything creates a spiritual ripple effect. And good fortune begins to manifest in ways that are currently invisible but will become obvious in the near future. Click the like symbol at this point. Right now, this is the first step you should take in the spirit of faith. Furthermore, consider the consequences of following the authority of heaven. That is why your presence is vital. Each inhale you take during your stay with me opens doors that have been closed for years. Clicking the like icon helps to spread this message tremendously. This channel brings the benefits of God into your life. The spirits are aware of your participation. They can see you are not only observing the manifestation of your blessing, you are also involved in it. That like becomes a sign in paradise that says, I am prepared for God's favor to flow. Press the button right away. Try to accomplish it. You will notice a shift when favor begins to flow your way. Before I begin, I must inquire about this topic. Refrain from passive listening. Please keep communicating with me. This is not just a message. Sign up immediately. It is the lifeline to your miracle. As long as you keep an open mind, you can hear what paradise has to offer. There's more to remaining receptive than just acknowledging this one message. It requires preparation for the declarations of heaven. Therefore, we recommend you to subscribe immediately. Before clicking the subscribe button, make sure the notification bell is activated. Subscribers to a channel do more than just consume its material. You are launching a prophetic alignment in tandem with the words that God is delivering. You're notifying heaven that I'm ready to receive all of your signals. I'm present for each blessing. I welcome any remarks you may have on my presence. Enroll instantly. Maintain your hyperlink. Adhere to God's instructions and remain in harmony with them. This is how angels bring benefits into your life. Please pay attention. The item given to you will differ from the others. Their iris is lighted. When they approach, your spirit will also recollect them before you do. No, this is not just a coincidence. It is an acknowledgement. Your tears will identify them. They'll be acknowledged. They will determine your fate. Archangel Michael cautions them that if they vacillate or question, the world will cover their indications. The subtle knock on the door will go unnoticed. The message left at midnight will not be received by you. The moment that paradise had planned for you will come and go quickly. Please refrain from remaining in this location. Please digest all of the information. Each line lifts the curtain between you and your miracle. God says, "My beloved, I am performing this action in response to your request for evidence." I'm introducing someone into your life to let you know that I haven't forgotten about you. Currently, my darling, that proof is moving toward you. Not in years or months, but in hours, minutes, or heartbeats. Will you be ready for their arrival? Or would you regret not fully embracing this divinely offered opportunity? Remain. Read every line. These sentences hold your miracle. If you skip, the thread heaven has tied for you will be torn. Your heavens are opened by the act of spiritual obedience. Relinquish your seed and see what rewards God sends into your life. Right now, I'd like you to take a simple but impactful step. Before you continue reading, I'd like to invite you to stake your claim on this promise. Please type Amen in the remarks section below. Not as a routine or habit, but as an affirmation that you are receiving this word. That you believe you are being visited by a divine being. That you are willing to stay till the miracle occurs. When you type that word, you are not just making a passing comment. In the sight of God, you are enshrining your faith. You are letting the spirits know that I am present. I'm currently documenting information. I am prepared. Execute it right now. Enter Amen with sincerity. And then, please stick with me because the words that follow will disclose even more. Would you like me to continue writing the text in this flowing style, line by line, while keeping high hooks and a lengthy average view duration? As you read this, my lover, you sense a power that draws you closer. It is more than just fascination. The hand of heaven governs your mind, breath, and eyes. Archangel Michael is leaning in close, speaking to your spirit. This is not an accident. This sentence was inscribed into the paradise calendar long before you were born. I now urge you to take action that will benefit not only you, but also everyone who is affiliated with you. Immediately distribute this message. Send it to a loved one. Share it on your Instagram account. Make sure you disseminate it to your respective groups. Because distributing this prophetic word is more than just sharing a video. You are starting a consecration. You are evolving into a channel for spiritual communication with others. Furthermore, the dissemination of this message to your network will coincide with the introduction of breakthroughs into your personal life. Nothing can open doors for you quite like the act of sharing. Please spread it promptly. Let your faith be contagious. And see how the bounty is increased by heaven. Dear child of light, how many nights have you grieved silently, asking God why you've been left alone? How often have you prayed for someone to finally arrive? Someone who can truly perceive, cherish, comprehend, and refuse to abandon you. You are here because of that prayer. Heaven will eventually alleviate that unmet need. Archangel Michael urgently declares, I am introducing an individual into your life. Do you have a sensation of electricity in your chest? It is not dreadful. It is an acknowledgement. Your spirit understands that a shift is currently taking place. Your fate is in flux. The world you thought was ordinary is about to become amazing. It's not tomorrow. It is not scheduled for next month. It has already started to unfold. Heaven has hidden this individual in order to prepare them for you, my child. Their itinerary has become twisted. The evenings were oppressive. However, every step they took in misery was directed toward you. The line of destiny is about to be drawn taut. You two are on the verge of clashing. However, Archangel Michael warns that the doorways of destiny do not remain open permanently. He claims that if my beloved ignores this message, the angels will be powerless to stop the end of time. As a result, this is an urgent concern. This is why you are unable to postpone. Everything you say stays with me. The benediction is nearing. You read each phrase with an open heart. The distance between you and this person decreases. Do you realize that heaven is shifting courses as you breathe, sending signals, coordinating marvels, all in order to ensure that you are present? This individual is not typical. They represent a divine answer. They reflect your supplication. They build the connection between your loneliness and God's promise. My darling, the enemy has made several attempts to thwart this. This is the cause of the delays. This is the reason why sorrow occurs. That's why you almost gave up. However, Archangel Michael claims that every force attempting to prevent this has already been defeated. The chosen individual is currently en route. Please remain with me. Avoid drifting. Don't let doubt rob you of this opportunity. You were chosen to get this. And if you quit it, you also give up on the wonder that it represents. I am faithful, says God, my beloved. I am sending someone into your life who will stay even when the storms worsen, who will not betray you when the world changes, who will not be bothered by the ridicule of others. They are assigned to assist you. Feel the tenderness. That is the proof of heaven. Your body may not understand this reality, but your consciousness is exulting as it does. I must ask, my dear kid, have you seen the peculiar signs that have been appearing recently? The numbers that appear when you look at the clock. The dreams you've been having are too genuine to ignore. The unexpected thoughts of an unknown person, as if their spirit had flowed through yours. All of these are not anomalous. Those are the footsteps of the person who is being delivered to you. According to Archangel Michael, their spirit is already in close proximity to your own. However, it is critical that you understand the following. The heavenly moment may be missed if you hesitate, close your eyes, or take it casually. Miracles require attention. They require confidence. They require the expression of your feelings. Refrain from becoming distracted. Refrain from straying. Remain in this position as heaven gives your spirit more clarity with each passing second. The person who comes next will be unlike any previous. Their presence will provide a sense of belonging. Their voice will help you to calm down. Their touch will serve as a reminder of the security that has been lacking. Finally, your spirit will whisper when they grin. However, Archangel Michael insists that this is not a gift meant for someone who is reckless. This does not benefit those who are easily sidetracked. It can only be fully experienced by the person who accepts it with entire faith. Therefore, dear kid, I encourage you to broaden your spirit. Unleash your full essence. Please do not overlook any of this. Now take a moment to catch your breath. The weight of heaven's presence is palpable. Right now, you are not reading meaningless words. The voice of eternity has been translated into human language. This serves as a bridge between the answer and your heartfelt petitions. The divine is in motion. Archangel Michael is engaged in combat. In addition, your future is unfolding. Remain. I tell you that if you persist, you will not only hear about the imminent event, but also witness its arrival. My dearest, the moment you arrive is not typical. You feel a weight on your chest and a stirring in your spirit as a result of the pressure of paradise on your life right now. You are not drawn to this area by chance. Rather, it is by purpose. Archangel Michael is now addressing the audience. And God himself is bending over your future, announcing, "I am sending someone into your life." My child, this is no small message. This is not just another grumble that can be ignored. This is the divine reopening of a door that has been closed for a long time. Every sorrow, every betrayal, every night you thought you had forgotten all of it was paving the path for the person who is about to enter. Can you hear me? This is why your essence is trembling. The promise is currently being fulfilled. You're bewildered as to why you've been delayed so long. The reason it failed every time you trusted it. For what reason? Every time you showed affection, it returned in disorder. However, divinity is the one who reveals the truth. These were preparations. They weren't the final destination. They were not the destination. They were not the chosen ones. Archangel Michael said that the delay was due to heavenly protection. Detours were the source of heartbreak. The wait was a method of preparation. God is sending you someone who has the keys you've been searching for. Whereas you have only seen cyclones, they exude peace. Whereas you have only encountered betrayal, they are faithful. They are filled with a love that withstands even the harshest of winds. Gazing into their eyes will also help you recognize them, my lover. Proof will not be needed. You will not be forced to inquire. Your spirit will cry. However, sweetheart, I must caution you. Heavenly entrances are not always open. Archangel Michael murmurs anxiously, "If my beloved omits this, if they disregard these words, they risk missing their miracle." This is the reason your body is currently restless. This is why you are unable to move your look away. Because heaven is urging you to stay, listen, and absorb every word until your spirit is fully equipped. The blessing grows closer to you with each passing moment. Each heartbeat brings the person you're connected to closer to your life. Angels are now shifting time, scheduling meetings, creating signs, and changing roads for you. Your prayer was acknowledged because of your position as God's chosen. However, it is crucial to know that this person will not arrive when you expect. It's conceivable they don't match the ideal you had in mind. They may arrive unexpectedly, even startlingly. However, as they approach, a piece of you will rupture. The loneliness you thought would never end will suddenly seem like a distant memory. Your solitary crying will finally come to an end, and your heart will whisper, "This is the one that heaven promised." Have no doubt about it, my child. Do not let anxiety deprive you of the benefits that faith provides. The enemy will try to deflect your attention by claiming that the event is merely a coincidence, in order to convince you that it is not genuine. However, Archangel Michael claims, "I waged battles that you cannot observe in order to achieve this moment." Your gift can open the potential that God has already set for your existence. Avoid allowing the enemy's fabrications to deprive you of what you already have. This is the point at which your faith becomes active. The point at which you move from reading to receiving. I would like you to go to the comment box and write these exact words. I received this mail. I believe it is accurate. Maybe this is meant for me. However, I hear this message with total authority as a child of God, with assurance and boldness. The act of writing those phrases broadens the entryway. You're telling heaven that you're not a passive observer, but rather an active player in your own miracle. Your declaration is significant. Your voice is significant. Therefore, compose it immediately. Reclaim what is rightfully yours. And then soon return. Because the following words will go even deeper. Have you noticed any unusual signals yet, beloved? Do you see the repeating numbers that are flashing before your eyes? Are there any startling murmurs in your dreams? Despite the fact that you can't see them, you still have the impression that someone is close to you. This is due to the fact that their awareness already communicates with yours. The hidden connection is forming and will soon become obvious. And God states, "I am steady. I am not a man who should be deceitful. I guarantee you that I will send someone who will not abandon you, forsake you, or give you pain." I am actually delivering on that vow, so please do not scroll. Maintain your grasp. The longer you cling to these words, the more they are etched in your life by God. Now, sweetheart, I must inform you of something. The person being deployed is not only there to provide comfort, they are a part of your goal, the missing piece of your destiny. When you work together, you will be able to open doors that would be impossible to open on your own. You will be able to cross pathways that you were previously afraid of, and you will shine brighter than you could have imagined. This is why synchronization is essential, and why the sense of urgency is obvious in each line. If you miss out on this moment, it could be years before another one comes along. Archangel Michael warns, "Do not overlook the blessings that heaven has fought to bestow upon you." Do not disregard the information that your consciousness holds. My beloved, please allow me to further teach the truth. This person will not only love you, but will also understand your point of view. They will be able to see your quiet difficulties, whispered anxieties, and hidden tears. Furthermore, they will not leave. Instead, they will hold their ground and preserve their position. They will protect you, and when the world tries to shake you, they will be the anchor that heaven sent to hold you firm. Isn't your spirit hurting for that? Yearning for that kind of love? This is why paradise is now in action. This is why this message has come to you right now, child. Do not think it is arbitrary. This is a heavenly time. This is God responding to the prayer you whispered when no one was listening. However, you must accept the following truth. Affirmation is required for blessings. If you are prepared to prepare, believe and expose your heart, this person will arrive sooner than you think. However, if you vacillate, doubt, or walk away, the alignment may be dispersed. Faith acts as a gateway. Belief serves as a middleman, and your preparation is critical, which is why I begged you. Remain until your heart is filled with conviction and your essence is fully unblocked. Because the one has already been chosen by heaven, and they are on their way, my adored, my chosen one. I would like to emphasize that this is not a casual whisper, a quick note, or a breeze that will quickly pass you by as I discharge these divine streams into your heart once more. This is paradise leaning on you. Tell my child that I am sending someone into their life as God has ordered. Archangel Michael is present to protect you, and every word you read reflects your future. Many people aspire for the emergence of a living miracle, but only a few of them succeed. If you stay and are receptive, you will see it. My child, you have worn loneliness like a robe, have you not? There were nights when the pillow was sticky from silent weeping. Those mornings when you felt deficient. In the afternoon, you noticed everyone else laughing, despite the fact that your chest burned. Heaven was preparing while you thought it was serene. When you didn't answer a phone call, stopped a relationship, or let someone go, you didn't lose anything because they were there to protect you. The person God is sending isn't just a passing visitor or a feeble presence. It's more than just a shadow. They are the assurance, the solution, and the final piece of the object you've been looking for. Furthermore, Archangel Michael warns us to resist from making light of the circumstance. This is not a time to relax. The cosmos is conspiring in your favor right now. However, the door will begin to close if you turn away, sidestep, or close your heart, which is why my words are so urgent, and why your spirit is quivering as you read on. As you are well aware, this message, which bears your name, is not intended for anyone. Please proceed with caution, my darling. The individual being dispatched is currently en route. The trajectory of their life has changed. Their steps have been rearranged, and their story has been rewritten for you. They are currently ignorant of the direction that heaven has been guiding them. Upon discovering you, their spirit will instantly identify you, and you will be able to discriminate between them by the unmistakable pull of destiny, rather than by logic or reason. This will cause your heart to miss a beat and your mind to sigh. This is it, you will assume. Please remain in this area and take your time. Archangel Michael warns those who are unprepared that blessings will pass them by. He also warns against skipping a sentence because each word that enters your consciousness prepares you for the next one. Even those who are skeptical can witness miracles. It's probable that you've just seen unexpected signs, so don't be that person. It's possible that you've noticed numerical repetitions without consciously looking for them, that your dreams have become more tangible as a result of the presence of voices and features you can't identify, or that you've felt a sudden sense of warmth, as if an invisible person has passed by and caressed your spirit. It is not a coincidence that they are located there. There are signs. Those occurrences serve as evidence that the individual whom paradise promised is already present in your life. God proclaims, "My beloved, I am not a liar. I stand firm in my beliefs. I am bringing you someone who will not desert you, will not abandon you, will not mock your injuries, but will defend you as if you were the most valuable treasure." Is it conceivable for you to envision a small, lightweight youngster achieving visibility and eventually comprehending without instruction? Heaven requires your trust, preparedness, and openness in order for you to finally be able to rest completely without worrying about tomorrow. If you get it, you will live in it. If you are unsure, there will be a delay, and the person God is sending is more than just a buddy. When all others counsel you to end your life, who will encourage you to keep going? Who will be by your side when all others have passed away? You are receiving more than simply love. You are receiving alignment. You will be able to access doors that you would not have been able to do on your own, and you will participate in conflicts that you will be unable to resolve on your own. Archangel Michael warns, "The enemy will laugh if my beloved child diverts their attention from this message and instead focuses on something else." When you work together, you will shine brighter than you could have imagined. The adversary has consistently sought to prevent them from speaking out, to persuade them that they are unworthy of affection, and to keep them isolated. As a result, it is critical that you resist the urge to speed up the process, and that you pay close attention to the unfolding sentence, each word and each breath. The individual who is slated to arrive will not resemble the others. Before you even know their names, you will recognize them by the light in their eyes. You thought the cyclones would never stop, yet their voice will bring you comfort. When they are there, you will have a sense of belonging. There will be no need to investigate, for your spirit will speak louder than your brain. Furthermore, God urges his children, "Do not question my timing. Please avoid questioning my methods. I am always on time, never late, and the factors that led to your failure were unavoidable. With each tear you shed, the soil absorbed more water, and each delay provided an opportunity for preparation. Finally, the moment has arrived. Allow me to serve one more serving and then stay focused." Even the act of remaining is a component of your faith and preparedness. Every second you spend studying this word brings the miracle closer, as does each breath you take in this air. This communication has reached a sacred moment, during which the celestial realm is more attentive than ever. I would also appreciate it if you could react. Please return to the comments section and enter Amen again, but this time make it more distinct and deep. Say Amen sincerely to show that you agree with God's current acts in your life, and then type your signature on the destiny contract. Indicate that the individual is expected to attend by typing yes. Type it in accordance with the divine timing and show your faith to the angels through your actions. Immediately type the word Amen and allow it to resonate throughout the heavens, then stay close because the upcoming event represents the end of everything. My beloved, my chosen one of the reasons your hands are trembling as you read this is that heaven is about to open a gate that has been closed for years, and your psyche can perceive the change before your mind. Archangel Michael appeared, raised his sword, and commanded, "Do not delay," in an urgent tone. Please do not go. Someone from God is entering your life. If you remain steady in your commitment to this word and swallow every line it contains, you will not miss the miracle that is currently advancing toward you. You, the child of light, thought you had been neglected, that paradise didn't exist, and that love had passed you by. However, love was preparing to receive you. Your preconceptions were inaccurate, and the silence was not caused by God's failure to hear you. Heaven slowed the clock to ensure that the timing was precise for each delay that made you impatient, and the sorrow that caused you to collapse was a metaphor for heaven's purging of counterfeits. Heaven was protecting you from someone who was incapable of bearing the burden of your destiny with each betrayal that caused you enormous grief. The story is currently changing, and we are in the midst of a seasonal shift. The individual that will arrive is not like the rest of the population, and they are the divine solution. During times of isolation, they act as a link between you and your purpose, and when they reappear in your life, your soul will bring them back to the forefront of your mind. The earth will exhale in relief as the recognition swells up in your veins like fire, but I implore you, my child, to listen carefully. If you allow skepticism to rob you of this moment, the door will close. If you disregard the obstacles that heaven has fought to place in your path and treat these words as any other object, Archangel Michael warns that blessings may be forfeited when hearts are negligent. Miracles cease to occur when faith dwindles, and the adversary laughs when those who have been chosen fail to arrive at the appropriate time. As a result, you feel a sense of weight, and you can't take your gaze away from this moment, which is both sacred and fleeting. Stay with me. Refrain from skimming. Each line represents the oil that is transported to your lamp. If you don't have it, you'll be unprepared when the groom arrives. This person's arrival is about more than just friendship. It's about assignments. They relate to your profession, your significant accomplishments, and the people who will benefit from your blessings in the future. My dearest, it's possible that you've already picked up on the signs. You've survived on your own, but with their help, you'll make it to the top. The number that remained illuminated on the clock even when you weren't looking for it. The sudden sensation of warmth in an empty room, as if someone had passed by you in a flash, and the silent smile of a familiar face in your dreams. Despite the fact that you hadn't met them yet, it was as if you had a longing for someone but couldn't express it. It wasn't a coincidence. Heaven whispered, "They are on their way." You are unaware of their presence. God declares, "I am not a man who should deceive, my beloved. When I said I would send someone to you, I truly meant it, and I fulfilled my promise to provide you with evidence of my affection. I will not send you just anyone. I will send you someone who will stay and not leave. However, miracles require preparation. If you stay with every word that heaven is feeding you, believe without doubt, and open your heart wide, everything will fall into place perfectly, and they will soon be with you. However, if you hesitate, disengage, or depart before the message concludes, you risk disrupting the equilibrium and postponing the event that was meant to happen now. Faith is the glue that holds us together, and the key is your attention. This is why Archangel Michael urges you, beloved, to stay and hold on to each breath. Please refrain from skipping any lines as your miracle approaches with each passing second. This is why you are unable to simply withdraw, and it is critical to maintain a connection. If you want to stay up to date and never miss another word from heaven, please subscribe right away by clicking on the designated icon and configuring notifications. The act of subscribing initiates a continuous cycle of prophetic alignment. By enrolling right away, you are sending a message to heaven that you are ready for every word, blessing, and miracle. Don't let anyone else take what is rightfully yours. The individual who will be dispatched has been chosen, sealed, and is currently in transit. Keep your links safe and continue to walk in accordance with the divine. Prior to your birth, their narrative was biased toward yours, and the wounds they sustained aided their understanding of you. They prayed for you even before they knew who you were. Upon the collision, you will both recognize that no time was wasted, that each delay was divine, and that each adversity was a rehearsal for the forthcoming joy. Because it is aware that this is correct, my beloved, your spirit is already on fire. The confirmation is the agony that compels you to keep reading. Don't try to fight it or resist it. I am aware of the changes that heaven is attempting to implement in your life, my beloved, my dear child, so do not try to rationalize it. Without a valid reason, Archangel Michael is not summoned by the heavens, nor is there any urgency. I will not hesitate any longer. I understand how easily distractions can rob you of what is intended for you, and I will not allow that to happen. In order to be fully understood, I need your full attention, so please don't rush through this text. It's also important that you don't skim it because it's not typical. This is not a coincidence, it is a divine appointment. Furthermore, each word you read is establishing a framework for the message that Archangel Michael has conveyed. Someone from God is entering your existence. Have you waited for an extended period of time, child of light? You have traversed seasons of void, during which you pleaded with heaven to respond and contemplated whether love and destiny were meant for others, but not for you. Nonetheless, heaven was occupied during that period of silence, observing and constructing objects. The evenings with no responses were not indicative of rejection. They did not lose due to punishment. It was a shift in perspective. The emotions were well-deserved, and they soaked the earth, which is currently blossoming. Archangel Michael informs them that the time has come. The period of anticipation has ended, and the promise is being fulfilled. My child, it is critical that you understand that the person who is arriving is not like others. They are not just another face, passerby, or temporary presence. They are the result of prayers you may not even remember saying. They are the solution to the suffering that you were unable to articulate. They demonstrate the items that God foresaw you would need prior to your request. And when they enter your life, the transformation will be obvious. You will notice a relaxation in your chest, an exhalation of your essence, and a recognition spark that will consume you like fire. Finally, you will exclaim, "This is it!" Heaven warns that doors will not stay open indefinitely, and Archangel Michael's voice shakes with urgency as he speaks. My beloved's alignment will be disrupted if they omit, doubt, or turn away prematurely, causing the blessing to be postponed and the suffering to worsen. This is why you are drawn to this location. This is the reason you are unable to let go, and your spirit is aware of it. Are you going to receive or fight? Are you going to stay or wander away? Will you reclaim what is rightfully yours or let it pass you by? Stay in this place. Please refrain from changing the cadence. Each second you spend with this person strengthens your bond, and each sentence you allow to enter their mind brings them closer to you. Angels are already rearranging encounters, redirecting steps, and aligning circumstances, so your meeting will be incontrovertible. Heaven does not make assumptions. Instead, it is formulating strategies. The signs, the repeated numbers on the clock that caused your heart to stop, may have already been felt by you, beloved. The unwavering conviction that someone is contemplating, monitoring, or reaching out to you, despite your inability to articulate it, and the unexpected appearance of individuals in your visions. It is not a coincidence. These are communications, not random events. These items serve as confirmations, and their utterances are reminiscent of those coming from the heavens. Close your eyes. God declares, "My beloved, I am not merely sending you companionship. We are approaching the fulfillment of the promise, so don't sleep. I'm not just sending you a covenant, I'm also sending you a message of purpose. You are not just receiving a hand to hold. I am sending you a companion in destiny who will accompany you through mountains and valleys and never betray or abandon you. They will not mock your injuries, but will protect you like a priceless gem." Can you imagine it, my darling? Can you imagine a love that endures the storm? Is it possible to imagine loyalty that is unwavering when put to the test? Does it feel like home when that person walks into a room? It is unavoidable. That is the message that God recorded in the heavens, and Archangel Michael has been watching over it. However, keep in mind that your adversary will fabricate falsehoods, whispering to you that this is all in your head, that you are unworthy of love, and that it is all a dream. For years, Archangel Michael has been combating falsehoods, breaking the chains, clearing the way, and keeping the promise. He claims that this phenomenon is real. This marvel is not a ruse. It has been secured and signed. Beloved, this individual has already been chosen, and their story has already been adapted to match yours. Before they knew your name, their prayers struck a chord with you, and when you meet, you will realize that the presence of paradise connects your stories in ways you never expected. Avoid uncertainty, unnecessary delays, and drifting. Any heartbeat you give these words is an act of faith. For paradise, each minute you remain is evidence that you are prepared, and as you stay, the miraculous becomes more likely. My beloved, my dearest child of light, listen with all your heart, because what I am about to reveal is not a story, a casual murmur, or a typical passage. It is a living stream that flows into your life from paradise. Your destiny has been anticipating this moment, which is why you are unable to put down the book. This message has been conveyed to the world through your weeping and prayers for years, and Archangel Michael now stands and speaks with a voice that makes the heavens tremble. Currently, it is true that someone from God has entered your life. However, this is not a guarantee for the future or for a long time. It is approaching, and you can already detect the charged energy that permeates it. How frequently, my child, have you believed that God had forgotten about you when there was silence? When in fact, the silence was the result of heaven creating something that was greater than what you requested? How frequently have you felt isolated? In reality, angels were preventing the chosen one from interfering by Every suffering had a purpose, every delay was significant, and every night you spent alone was a seed of your miracle. My beloved, the seed has fractured, the soil has shifted, and the sprout is now emerging. The individual who has been anticipating your arrival, the individual who has been chosen by heaven, and the individual whose spirit has been crafted to align with yours, is currently en route to you. You will not be required to exert force. You will not be required to pursue it, nor will you be required to plead for it. It will be brought about by the combined efforts of divine timing, celestial orchestration, and God Himself. When it happens, you will be aware that it is correct, and you will be unable to undo the action. However, Archangel Michael warns, do not underestimate this moment, in a voice that is both gentle and loud. Do not disregard the information you are receiving. A blessing can be lost if it is not maintained with faith. The enemy laughs when chosen people reject the opportunities that heaven has given them, so don't shut your emotions down. A door can close, and a heart can become distracted. This is why you have a sense of urgency, why you can feel the trembling, and why you are drawn in. You are on the verge of joy, and the link is the word in question. My dearest, I implore you to stay with me, because each word you allow into your heart brings this person closer to you. As you read these words, angels are rearranging meetings, removing obstacles, and transforming time and space to clear the path. Heaven is not a peaceful place, and the heavens are currently moving for you. You may already be aware of the whispers, the numbers that persist on the clock, the sudden warmth in a silent room, and the dreams that appear to be too real to be arbitrary. The thoughts of an unfamiliar but recognizable individual are permeating your mind, and this is not a coincidence. Footprints have been left by the individual who is on their way, and signs from the heavens are displayed here to confirm that the content you are reading is authentic. This is a revelation. I am not a man who should lie, God says in a voice as steady as time, my beloved. I keep my promises. I have heard every lament you thought would go unheard, and because I am steadfast, I am sending you someone who will not abandon you, who will not betray you, who will not mock your suffering, but who will cherish you as the most valuable gem in the universe. And child, this person will give you more than just comfort. They will also help you navigate your career and future. They are related to the doors that will open as a result of your presence, and you will be able to traverse terrain that was previously impossible for you to traverse individually. You will resume the position you were in before you tumbled. If you work together, you will shine brighter than anyone could have imagined. This is more than just love. It is destiny. Archangel Michael, on the other hand, approaches and advises them to remain vigilant. It is imperative that you remain in this location and do not become disoriented. The indication is to pay attention to someone. It is critical to be prepared, and faith is vital. Pay heed, my lad. The person who will be dispatched has already been chosen. If you give up too soon, doubt too quickly, or dismiss too quickly, you may break the alignment. Throughout their trip, there have been storms that have divided, broken, and prepared them to understand you. Their tears were prayers that reached you even before they knew your name. For a long time, their need was the same as yours. The lines are currently converging. When your eyes eventually meet, quiet will break, and you will both understand that no resources were wasted. There was no loss or randomness. All of these events led to this, and you should remain where you are. Staying with this message is the core of faith in action. Therefore, please do not scroll away or hasten. Your decision to stay here demonstrates to heaven that you are prepared, as the gap between you and them reduces with each second. The knot tightens with each heartbeat. My beloved, I will continue to pour line after line until the weight of paradise fills your spirit and your heart no longer doubts, until your soul is ready to depart. This is not only information, it is also instruction, so it is not just reading, it is also acquiring. If you stay with me throughout these words, you will not miss the fulfillment of heaven's promises. This is my beloved, my chosen one, and I will continue to pour because your soul is still receiving and heaven is still speaking. But you must remain seated and intently listen to each word as Archangel Michael is present with his wings opened wide and a flaming voice. Someone from God is entering your life, and this isn't just a piece of fantasy poetry or some useless solace, it's the truth. The timing is divine. It is the answer to your soul's pleas, and you were chosen to hear it at this exact moment, which is why you are here. You, child of light, should remember the times when you didn't feel recognized, the times when loneliness engulfed you like a cold blanket. I understand that you uttered prayers in your sleep while no one else was aware, and they were not ignored. They formed an alliance and were consigned to storage. They were made in larger quantities and are now returning as a promise to be fulfilled. Heaven did not hesitate to inflict suffering on you. By looking into the eyes of that promise, you will understand why no other technique has been successful. You were rescued by heaven from an excessive amount of hardship, feeble connections, and folks who were improperly proportioned to your enormous potential. The person who arrives is unique, having been dispatched for a reason, destiny, or alignment. When they encounter you, they will seamlessly integrate into the voids in your psyche, like a missing component that has been discovered. They are not coming to kill you. They are coming to help you, walk alongside you, and open doors that you were unable to open on your own. You are already complete because God has made you entire, and you will all shatter established patterns and ascend together. When you collaborate, you will emit a brilliant brilliance that is impossible to disguise. But pay great attention to the teachings of the Archangel Michael and refrain from drifting. Individuals who prematurely close their eyes miss out on miracles. Thus, it is critical that you resist from leaving when you are preoccupied, as unpleasant people do not receive blessings. This word is rarely used on a daily basis, but it is specified in your schedule, and ignoring it will result in a loss of opportunity. My child, this is why your palms are so warm, your rib cage feels heavy, and you can't put the book down. You are present in this sacred time. Every second you stay here, angels move closer, removing hurdles and tightening threads, and every word you let enter your heart brings this person closer. Their energy has already begun to circulate about yours. Their identity may be found in your dreams, and their influence is already having an impact on your life. Do you have that strange attraction, the discomfort that feels like anticipation, the sensation of being close to someone? This is due to their nature. They have already been pushed to migrate by the divine, and God then says, they will hear the cries you did not say. They will pay attention to the tiny aspects that you thought would go unnoticed. And when they leave, you will realize that this is unique. This is bliss. That is the response. Child, please recollect the indications, which were the figures that continually grew. Those intense visions, as well as the situations in which you experienced the presence of someone nearby despite the fact that no one was present, were not chosen at random. That was a signal, the footprints of someone approaching, and their location is not far away. According to Archangel Michael, this miracle is not as far away as you might think, and it can only be made possible by your faith. Refrain from sleeping, persevere, and prepare yourself. Don't let the adversary take advantage of this opportunity by creating uncertainties. Don't let your mind convince you that it's just a coincidence, and don't let fear keep you from loving. Heaven has worked really hard to obtain this. My dearest, your story is going to change, and your time alone is coming to an end. Your destiny has already chosen, planned, and written the person who will arrive, and the years of stillness will be abruptly broken when your eyes meet. You will no longer need to wait. Stay put, keep the door open, and prepare yourself. Do not underestimate the significance of these words, my beloved, my child of all time. God is not only giving you an individual, the individual comes from God. They are separate from other people. They come from the heavens and enter your mind, causing your heart to beat faster. Your essence is pulling you to it, and you are unable to disengage from it. You are aware that this is your time, and it is now your turn. That is the response. Archangel Michael, who stands before you with his sword drawn in fire and his wings spread wide across the sky, informs you that God is sending someone into your existence. Are you aware that you have shed numerous tears? You have asked God why people have left, why trust has been broken, why doors have slammed, and why the evenings have become increasingly long. Throughout this period, heaven urged us to wait, to avoid them, to avoid the present, and to avoid this. You thought it was only a delay, but it was clear that the goal was to protect. You mistook it for a rejection, but it was clearly a redirection. The person who is now arriving is not like the others. They have been chosen and are currently imprisoned. They are part of your destiny. The individuals God sends will not leave when the cyclones strengthen. They will not betray when difficulty arrives, and they will not shrink in size as the ground vibrates. They are currently preparing. Their narrative is driven by pain, and their evenings have been filled with tears. Their prayers, like yours, were directed to heaven, which then arranged for your paths to intersect. When you meet, your acknowledgement will be heavenly, not just mental. Your morale will reach new heights, your souls will groan, and your spirit will communicate. Archangel Michael warns against being careless in the face of uncertainty, so keep an eye on your surroundings. This is your heavenly appointment, so pay close attention. This is not a common phrase. It is possible that you will overlook the gifts that heaven has painstakingly provided if you fail to pay attention or believe that they are unremarkable. Heaven has participated in combat. Angels, my darling, have safeguarded you and prevented individuals from fooling you. Heaven knew you were going to be saved, so they cut off ties that would have burdened you down and silenced voices that would have crushed you. Continue to read these words. Each line is like adding oil to a lamp. Your faith is validated by every second you stay. As you read, keep the chosen one close to your heart with each breath. Angels are currently rearranging things, connecting aspects and creating a proper sequence. The individual is currently in motion, and their presence was palpable. You have felt the encircling shadows of a creature beyond explanation. The unique signs, the accumulating data, and the vivid visions. I am not a man who should deceive, my beloved, God announces. Those were not false viewpoints. The footsteps of the person God is sending were obvious. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I'm dependable, and I'm not simply providing you comfort and companionship. I am making a promise to you. This person is not just passing through, they are destroyed. They will not be transient, and their goal will be consistent. They will supervise you. They will cherish you, and their aim is to walk beside you. Imagine a child finally being able to breathe freely. To eventually be able to relax without concern for the next day. Irises that inspire a sense of belonging that is close by. Archangel Michael has been prepared to make that remark, but I must remind you that faith is of the utmost importance. If you have faith, the blessing will come more quickly. If you have any doubts, the benediction will be delayed. And if you open the door wide, the miracle will enter. If you close your spirit, a miracle awaits you. The key is in your possession, which is why heaven wants you to stay, believe, and remain. The individual who arrives is accompanied by destiny. They are both affection and alignment. Working together will allow you to open doors that were previously closed. You have been living on your own, but with their help, you will be able to ascend once more. If you work together, you will emerge victorious in previously dreaded fights, and you will emit an unmistakable radiance. My beloved, the news from heaven is urgent, and Archangel Michael declares that the time is almost up. You were able to overcome it on your own, but with their help, you will succeed. Right now is the right time, and you must not let the adversary deceive you. He will tell you in hushed tones that this isn't for you, that love isn't for you, and that you're insufficient. But Archangel Michael has already debunked those lies. He has broken bonds, subdued individuals, and destroyed curses. You are deserving of this blessing, and it is secure. It is guarded by security men, and you are not as far away as you might think. Their footsteps can already be heard. Their prayers have already made an impact on your life, and their spirit is already reaching out to yours. Soon the eyes will meet, the hearts will recognize, and the souls will embrace each other. All of your agony will be removed, and each delay and loss will be explained. Beloved, please remain in this location and refrain from rising. This is your preparation phase. This is your entrance, and each word you read strengthens your trust and draws you closer to the promise. Close your eyes, my cherished, my dearest kid, and don't let go of these words. Every sentence that comes to mind is more than just a collection of words. As you keep going, the curtain gradually lifts, and the route becomes more visible. Tonight, Archangel Michael will refrain from whispering as he announces, orders, and insists on God's divine necessity. This is not a coincidence, a fortunate break, or a bad indication of the times, child of light. It is the way you coordinate. This is a divine arrangement. Do not you feel a tremor in your spirit as you read? The strange sensation of exhilaration that causes your chest to tighten, how your spirit is compelled to advance. This is because, at its core, you are aware that this letter provides the truth about the event you have been anticipating. You murmured each prayer in a hushed voice and grieved into your pillow, shedding each tear. This is the reaction that endures when you ask God to show you that He hasn't forgotten about you. This person is not like others who make empty promises and then make excuses when they go. This one, my darling, has already been chosen, sealed, and prepared, and their story was written with anguish in order to understand your injuries. Even before they knew your name, your souls were being reunited in heaven. They prayed in the same way as incense to find you, and their eyes cried all night to feel your sorrow. Before you even considered them, their essence was reaching out to yours. There will be no misunderstandings during your meeting, and hesitation will not be an option. There will be no uncertainty, and you will be able to settle the issue. They'll be aware, and your souls will converse in whispers, something I eagerly awaited. However, Archangel Michael urges against it, and his voice sounds like thunder. Avoid wandering and doubt. If you ignore the situation or neglect the urgency, you risk disrupting the alignment and delaying the current occurrences. My sweetheart, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of difficulties, and you've had enough of crying. Do not allow uncertainty to extend your wait. Instead, remain in your current spot with confidence. Acquire. Angels are in motion and routes are changing. Roads are opening, obstacles are being removed, and time is being planned. With each second you spend reading this message, the individual is getting closer to heaven. What you thought would take a long time to happen is happening now.